Hello, and for once I don't have to tell you where we are, because surely everyone on earth will recognize this view. Yes indeed, we're at the pyramids. We're here in Cairo in Egypt, where soon ITU will be holding Telecom Africa 2008. Now Egypt has a burgeoning population. The population here is now 75 million and growing. The government of Egypt is concentrating heavily on the development of ICT and is hoping to make Egypt not just a hub for North Africa, but the whole of Africa altogether. And that's one of the reasons why ITU is coming here with the conference soon. The TelecomTV team has been here for several days now ahead of the event, and we've been visiting various places across Cairo to see how ICT is developing in reality. To begin with, we've been to the Smart Village, which is a brand new development on the outskirts of Cairo, where the Ministry of Telecommunications has already been established and set up. It's moved out of the centre of Cairo, and all the way around it is high-tech development, as you can see from the shots we have here. We also visited the Mahdi Experimental Language School in one of the Cairo suburbs, where we saw the reality of how young Egyptians are being trained for a future in ICT.
Egypt has a huge education sector. We have 16 million students in K-12 schools. We have 2.4 million in universities. And we've provided our software. Microsoft has provided software in terms of different agreements that we have with the different sectors. But more importantly, we've invested millions and millions of dollars around training.
We also visited the NTRA, that's the Egyptian regulator, and they took us to their spectrum monitoring offices, where we saw how, in reality, spectrum is managed in what is a very, very crowded market.
The field survey department is responsible for monitoring the frequency spectrum. We use some fixed stations in the big cities in Egypt, like Cairo and Alexandria, to cover these two main cities, beside mobile workstations to cover the area which are not covered by the fixed stations.
One of the main themes at the ITU show is connecting Africa and the missing link that is preventing that connection from taking place.
I think this is really the time where Africa as a continent and Africa as a group of countries and Africa as a large part of the population on this planet can really catch up, play a game of catch up with the rest of the world. Today, the technologies that present themselves allow people in Africa to have access to the internet, to have the opportunity to live the experience of the information age, and really give Africa an opportunity to have a bigger participation in the economic global development that's happening.
When you're talking about ICT in Africa, for the first time, you're talking really good news on the continent. There has been a phenomenal growth. Over the past 5 years, Africa has been leading in terms of growth, leading the world, which is unique. For the first time, we have Africa leading in positive economic indicators.
I also spoke with Medak Khalil, who is the CEO of Raya, which is one of Egypt's best kept secrets as far as the outside world is concerned. He has put together, since 1999, a company, a massive company, which has a completely different culture to what most Egyptian companies have. And as a result, he's having enormous success in the ICT sector.
Embedding and penetrating the right business culture is the most important factor to make this company a success. And I tell you, yes, this is the most challenging and this is the most difficult thing, and still it is our main present concern is to get this culture planted in every single one of our employees. We decided that our culture should be based on specific important principles like teamwork, like pursuit of excellence, like respect for people. Those are very important factors. We need every one of our employees to believe in, to exercise, and to teach others to do.
The ITU telecoms are getting bigger and bigger, and this year's Telecom Africa will be the biggest ever.
We need to sell Egypt, and I think the ITU is one of the most important shows, marketing activities to really do this.
For Telecom Egypt, it's as any other operator, it's an opportunity to meet with executives from the whole industry. Usually with the exhibition there's a conference as well, and the conference usually addresses the latest issues.
It brings recognition, but it also brings traffic, it brings movement, and it brings networking between the, because again, it's a chance for us to meet all the governments in Africa, see what is their plans on privatization, how can we help network separation now, fixed line and side, what when are they going to issue their 3G licenses, how are they progressing? No, it's very good for us.
And of course, TelecomTV will be reporting from the event itself. You'll be able to watch us as usual on TelecomTV.com. Now I'm about to go back and brave the rigours of Cairo's traffic, and you think this is noisy, wait till you get on the road.